What's up, everyone? My name's Nick Spizak, and today Nate, Ben, and myself are going to talk to you guys about cloud computing. I'm going to go over what exactly it is, what are some of the positives of working within the cloud, and also what are some of the negatives of working in the cloud. But before we do that, let's go ahead and look at a video from one of the industry professionals.
You have big ideas to streamline your business and drive sales through the roof. But to get there, your ideas need business apps. And business apps have always been too expensive, especially in times like these. Behind each one is a world of complexity. They need a data center with office space, power, cooling, bandwidth, networks, servers, and storage. A complicated software stack, and a team of experts to install, configure, and run them. You need development, testing, staging, production, and failover environments. And when there's a problem, good luck. You call technical support, and they don't know, so they blame someone else. Oh, and when new versions come out, you would upgrade, but that might bring the whole system down. Now, this is for one app. When you multiply these headaches across dozens or hundreds of apps, it's easy to see why the biggest companies with the best IT departments aren't getting the apps they need. Small businesses don't have a chance. Cloud computing is a better way to run your business. Instead of running your apps yourself, they run on a shared data center. You just plug in, like a utility. This makes it fast to get started and it costs less. It's like Gmail compared to Microsoft Exchange. With Gmail, do you need servers and storage? No. Do you need a technical team to keep it up and running? No. Do you have to do upgrades? No. When you use any app that runs in the cloud, you just log in, customize it, and start using it. That's the power of cloud computing. This model is so much better, it's changing the way we think about software. Not just for consumer apps, it's also being used for business apps. We call this enterprise cloud computing. Businesses are running all kinds of apps in the cloud these days, including custom-built apps. Why? Because you can be up and running in a few days, which is unheard of with traditional business software. They cost less because you don't need to pay for all the people, products, and facilities to run them. And it turns out they're more scalable, more secure, and are more reliable than the vast majority of apps out there. Here's why. They're based on an architecture called multi-tenancy. With a multi-tenant app, there isn't a copy of the app for each business that's using it. It's one app that everyone shares. But it's flexible enough for everyone to customize for their specific needs. It's like a giant office building where everyone shares the infrastructure and services, like security, yet each business can customize their own office space. This means apps are elastic. They can scale up to tens of thousands of users or down to only a few. Upgrades are taken care of for you, so your apps get security and performance enhancements and new features automatically. Now, the way you pay for cloud apps is also different. Forget about buying servers and software. When your apps run in the cloud, you don't buy anything at all. It's all rolled up into a predictable monthly subscription, so you only pay for what you use. Finally, cloud apps don't eat up your valuable IT resources, so your CFO will love it. And you can focus on projects that really impact the business, like deploying more apps. Cloud computing is a simple idea, but it can have a huge impact on your bottom line. For more information, go to salesforce.com/cloud computing.
What is cloud computing? Cloud computing is a general term for anything that involves delivering hosted services over the internet. These services are broadly defined into three categories: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. The name cloud computing was inspired by the cloud symbol that is often used to represent the internet in flowcharts and diagrams. Alright, next let's look at the benefits of working within the cloud. The first and most obvious is the cost. You only pay for what you use. There's no upfront cost for buying servers, software, or consultants to train staff on how to use the technology. Since you only pay for what you use, it's very similar to your cell phone bill or electric bill. All you need is an authorization key, username, and an internet connection. Multiple users. Pulling demand across the provider's client network will cut the overhead costs, allowing for cheaper monthly charges and maximizes server efficiency. Working in the cloud also offers a sense of reliability. The cloud offers a cheap and more efficient method for backing up corporate data. Working on the cloud offers insurance in case of a catastrophic disaster to the business's facilities. Lastly, we can look at scalability. What if your online presence suddenly gets a spike in visitors? The cloud will allocate more space to your website, allowing it to grow or shrink to match your demand and save money. As with anything, there's two sides to every story. So next, let's look at the negatives that are associated with cloud computing. The most common and pressing concern of cloud computing deals with security. Financial, government, and medical sectors are the most pessimistic about uploading data storage and accessing software more than your average business or personal user, due to the sensitivity issues that are associated with credit card information, social security numbers, and medical records. Additionally, businesses have a hard time trusting that the external company will be able to complete the necessary requirements to keep their systems updated and secure, especially on the back-end side. The new kid on the block. I understand the concept of operating and storing data on the internet has been around for a while. However, for the majority of the public outside the IT realm, the concept is still very new. As with any new technology, adoption is first established with consumers, while enterprises play catch-up once security and dependability issues are ironed out. Litigation. Earlier I talked about how cost was the most appealing benefit. However, what if problems arise, such as the hosting provider goes out of business? What happens to the storage data? Once uploaded, who owns the data? And the most likely scenario, what if someone is able to find a security glitch and steals your information? These are all questions that will need to be decided and can be very costly. Alright, well that's the overview I have on cloud computing. Now we're going to turn over the presentation to Nate and Ben.